Hello, hello, hello. What's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? And welcome to Help Me Out. Hello. What's up, what's up, what's up, y'all? And welcome to Help Me Out. Welcome. Yeah, I'm out by the pool again today. Since I'm not on a cruise ship somewhere or somewhere else for now, by the pool, and it's just as good. We have so much culture here in Texas. As you know, we by the border. There's so much culture here from everywhere, literally from Iran, Iraq, Cuba, Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Africa, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana. Um, the culture is so rich here, and that's real talk. Colombians, Mexico, of course, African American. We everywhere. um, yeah, yeah, everywhere. So I get to taste that culture in a real way. I didn't even have to leave the country or leave Texas to get it right. Oh, God is good. God is good. So, ladies, ladies, when you got that ill na, when you got that power and you know you got it, you know what I'm saying? There's never a complaint. Now, let me just start off by giving my disclaimer. I am celibate. But I have to say this, just because I'm celibate don't mean I don't know what I'm working with. You feel me? So what inspired me to do this video, y'all, is thinking about why I wrote my book, What Future Me Told Past Me. And if you listen to some of the things in my daddy-daughter relationship series, that you can go back through the channel and go through the daddy-daughter relationship series. Dads, for you that have daughters, about to have daughters, you want to know how to protect those relationships and have a good outcome with your daughter in the end of your lives, go through and watch my daddy-daughter series. Okay, there you go. And it's a little breezy out here. Um, yes, and the reason I wrote the book, if you look at my book trailer, and I'll put some of those links in the description so you guys can see the overview preview of the book. So, and the reason I wrote the book, and you'll hear me, the type of man I've always been, the trophy, right? And that's part of Pretty Girl Problems. This is not a Pretty Girl Problem video, but this could fall under Pretty Girl Problems. But I can't say it's a Pretty Girl Problem video because there are some women that don't look that good. They might not be that favorable or that pleasing to the eye. They may not be eye candy. They may not be eye candy. Okay. But that don't mean they don't have no power. No ill, no, no. They know how to work the magic. You feel me? But you'll hear me talk through, in my book and through even on some podcasts that I've been in, you'll hear me say, like, my father did not talk about relationships with his girls. He didn't talk to us about boys or the birds and the bees or any of that. So me and my sister had a really rough start. And considering that, at the time, I was born and my parents were together, my dad was into pimping and my aunties was go-go dancers and they was doing their thing, and and then I later ended up, because I grew up on the west side of Las Vegas with my grandmother most of the time. I look just like my grandma. And my daddy and my granddaddy. Anyhow, um, yeah, so when I was in those streets, you know what I'm saying? You talking about some hard knocks sometimes. You had to learn the hard way. And because my dad wasn't talking to us, my dad's perspective was to build tough girls. He wanted us to endure and be fighters. Like, he wanted us to be, you know what I'm saying? And so me and my sister have had to fight off men, have had to do a lot of things. You feel me? And then get into relationships where, powerful men, especially when you're a beautiful woman, are picking you up. For a while I was kind of kicking it with Oscar De La Hoya's, one of Oscar De La Hoya's trainers. And so I kicked it with him a little while, and I was young. I don't even know if I was 20, 21 yet. I don't know. But I was on the strip in Las Vegas, kicking it with people. Running to, Mike Tyson. We didn't have no relationship, but we bumped up at the club. He gave, I gave him a hug, and he filled on my booty a little bit, but I didn't go that route. Neither did my homegirl. He really wanted my homegirl, Jackie. But anyhow, those type of men, and then I'm involved with OGs. I'm an OG. OG in the Gerson Park gang. OG in the NTG gang. Crips. OG in the Rolling 60 gang. Crips. OG. You know what I'm saying? So the men that I've always attracted. And when I say OG, I don't mean just because you're a gangster. I mean OG as in you started that thing and you one of the OGs of the beginning of the beginning. Like an OG. You feel me? Or a next generation OG. Them kind of OGs. Because I was a 70s baby. 70s, 80s, 90s. Then growing up around the mafia. Little kid watching the news. This car just blew up over there off Flamingo. The mafia done blew that car up. We driving down the street. Got to avoid the strip. Got to avoid certain areas. Because mob bosses is having wars over Las Vegas. And I grew up in that. So I look a certain way. And by the grace of God, y'all. But go get my book, What Future Me Told Past Me. Your girl is kind of, yeah. And so understanding what it means to be the woman of a powerful man who has influence. Like, look at how Cassie is. Now, thank God I haven't been under that kind of control and that kind of abuse. But the concepts are the same. Your property. So that's a whole, go watch my videos on Beauty and the Beast or being the woman of a powerful man. Yeah, so and my whole reason for this video today really is because my father wasn't talking to us. There's a lot of things I could have avoided, and knowing what I had down between my legs would have been a huge help. But your dad, but shout out to y'all fathers that are talking to y'all daughters real talk and let them know what the deal is. So fathers, talk to your daughters, let them know what the deal is when it comes to these men and these relationships, these boys, all this, and that. You feel me? Tell them. And that was one of my things with my kids grown, as I matured. And no, I'm going to give my kids the game. I want y'all to know what it is. Because I don't want you getting played and put in a trick bag. Right? And so, if you have young ladies, cousins, friends, little sisters that are out there and they just giving it away for free and they not being properly compensated, or you noticing patterns, like, have them watch my video, share this video with them, and have them comment. Because what I want you guys to do is comment. First of all, shout out Burkina Faso. Okay? Shout out Burkina Faso, Africa, straight up. And you're going to hear me saying that every video from here on out. I'm going to give Africa a shout out. I'm going to give Africa love until I get there. Until I get home, baby. Y'all hear me? Until I get home. I'm going to take y'all on that journey with me. So get ready for that. Yeah, so you guys, if you got that ooh nah nah, and girls, they don't know what to do, they don't know how to get their money from these men, have them watch this video. And I mean, and I'm not trying to encourage, selling your body or selling, but what I do know is it's a $1 billion industry, and you can't never call me broke, baby. I'm rich. Because as long as I got that there, I'll never be broke. And it goes with me everywhere I go. 100. Okay, ladies, so let's just keep that real. You ain't never broke. Um, and they'll pay good money. I'll tell you, because I have DMs. He offer me $1,200, $1,500 in my DMs, and I don't respond. I just delete it or block it. They be soliciting on social media. Okay. Um, but anyhow, y'all, share this with them young girls. I want y'all to comment if you have questions. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be ashamed. Because a lot of times, young ladies, you don't ask questions because you want to act like you already know, or like you in the loop, or like you ain't done because you don't want nobody getting over you, but or talking about you like you weak, or you ain't with the function. Ask your questions on this video on Help Me Out, and I will answer those questions. I will answer those questions. Whatever situation you in, especially if it's an abusive situation, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And what you seeing with the Diddy trial is considered spiritual abuse. And you've heard me mention this before. Spiritual abuse is not noted in our vocabulary terminology system, in our thesauruses. Okay? But I'm telling you, because it is a thing, but nobody has listed it. I'm calling it now. I'm the first person to call it to my knowledge. It is called spiritual abuse, and it is something that needs to be in place in law. So again, if there's attorneys or people on here who want to help me push that, to have that inducted into our English worldwide terminology, spiritual abuse. And I will put that all together for the world to understand. So that's considered a form of abuse too, and neglect. So you guys, that's what this video about. I'm gonna give y'all girls the goods. I don't want you to be embarrassed at any kind of question you need to ask. I will answer it here. There is no judgment. And anyone that hears or sees things that may be vulnerable to someone on this channel and is disrespectful or not conducting themselves right, I will block you and put you off, because I like my platform to be a safe space. I'm here to help. The Lord is working through me to help you, to help heal your soul, to help heal your spirit, to help heal that little girl or that little boy inside of you that was misused, abused, and exploited. Do you hear me? Okay. So don't get me wrong, and again, I'm doing this video, I'm very professional, but my background, the things that I've been through in my history and my past, please believe me, it's G up in here. It's just beautiful, pretty looking G. I'm just letting y'all know. Okay. So rolling with pimps, and then I had kids with one. You know what I'm saying? I had kids with one. And the lifestyles that I've lived, and I've worked in a lot of different areas. I'm a professional. I've fought and I've worked hard to change my mindset, to work on my heart, to work on my spirit, to become someone better, so that my kids were not sitting down the same path that our slave oppressors want to send black men down and black people. I didn't want that for my children. How much, human trafficking have you seen? I was born into it. Drugs at the time, it was heroin, cocaine. I was born into it. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not what I wanted for my children. So to work to come out of a street life from D-boys and OGs and people in powerful places with celebrities and all that kind of stuff, the fast thinking. You want to talk about critical thinking? Before I had critical thinking before I even went to nursing school. I'm trying to tell you. And it's funny because that white people don't understand that's what makes African Americans so sharp. We developed critical thinking real fast. Critical thinking. You want to know some of the people who can talk they way out of some stuff with the how they say they can sell an Eskimo snow. You hear me? They can sell an Eskimo snow, baby. African Americans, we got some critical thinking for real, for real. So, I had to work to come up out of that gangster mafia, aggressive, and then, I mean, I still got it. I'm still rough around the edges. You know what I'm saying? But I went to professional redefining, nail tech, education. I took criminal justice, criminology, because at first I wanted to work with the juvenile system with our young black boys and our young black teenagers. I wanted to work in the juvenile system because I was in the juvenile system as well. You know what I'm saying? Child Protective Services and went through all that little stuff there. You know what I'm saying? So I know what was needed, and I see the issues in there that still have not been addressed or fixed till this day. Till this day. Okay, and I'm gonna tell y'all my CPS story on another one, because I'm gonna call out the CPS system. And while Jaguar Wright is doing her thing, Jag, I hope you push for them to vet every single CPS system across this country. And I am so willing to push on that bandwagon and go through every CPS system in this country. Okay. So I'm going to tell you my situation and what happened. And I don't care what the system or the government put on me or on my record in my CPS case. I know what it is. And I'm going to speak it. The CPS system can't intimidate me and try to label me a certain type of way when I see you for what you are. You got me twisted. Yeah, I'll tell y'all what I did for a young black man. All the way live. Not on this video though. So, anyhow, y'all, that's why I'm doing this video today, because it's things that, as a young kid, a young child or a teenager going through puberty, young adult, you might have parents. I grew up in neglect. My parents was domestic violence. They didn't see the kids too much, and the things that me and my sister were going through, we had to fend for ourselves a lot, especially when it came time food. You know what I'm saying? So I look a certain way, and you wouldn't see that on me, but yeah, neglect. And your parent ain't in your ear talking to you. Your school is, the streets is, TV is. That's controlled by the white people, the same ones that got Diddy up in court right now. Illuminati, with their agenda of turning everybody gay and Fruit Loopy. And you got a group of people that's pushing, yeah, let's all be Fruit Loopy and just corrupt and crash the whole world and all die. Well, you can't listen to them people. You can't. At some point, you have to stand up with authority and say, no, you're not well. You're malfunctioning. You don't want us to call you malfunctioning, but you're malfunctioning, and we can't go off on a tandem. We have to stay in streamline, mainline, and hold the foundation down. And if you decide to change, that's fine. And if you don't, that's fine. But we're not going Fruit Loopy and just letting everything go because you think it's right to legalize it and campaign for it and think you want to have civil rights for it. So, yeah, you have to ignore certain groups of people because they don't know no better. And so, I want to talk to the young girls, and you got that power, and to the grown women. And the grown women, because I'm going to tell you, it took me a minute to learn what I actually had and that every other woman did not have it. You hear what I'm saying, ladies? There's, you know how your body works, and some of you know your little tricks you got that ain't nobody else can't do. That you get the same results every time, and knock them out, they be stuck. Can't stop watching you, can't stop calling you, can't stop thinking about you every time you see you, show you love. Like I said, every guy I've ever messed with show me love every time I see him. The only one I don't is my ex-husband, because we don't see each other, and that situation is just, it's no unforgiveness or hate or anything like that, but that's the only relationship that I can say I've ever had in my life that I really am not interested in ever coming across again. And that doesn't sound good at all, but I have to be honest about it. So, but other than that, I just had a guy from my past in the 90s hit me up a week ago. Hey, remember another D boy, another D boy hustler that was about his money, baby. Let me tell you, moving and grooving about his cash. You know what I'm saying? He fell in Vegas. Took me out the hood, put me in a whole apartment in the suburbs by the Air Force Base, baby. Helped me get in the car, put me in a nice little old ride, had some money in my pocket, baby. Rolling to California. That's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Um, So hit me up, and I was like, it's been so many years, and we talked a little bit, and I just, left it short and sweet. You feel me? But yeah, they all got love for me, and some of them is literally stuck on me. That's where that ownership coming in. And so when you know you got that kind of power, you can't just get that to everybody. You can't let everybody taste that. And it don't matter how fine a man is. It don't matter even if you want that man. Well, that kind of do matter though if you want him though. Because you can do that. That's power. You know what I'm saying? There's certain men, if you really want him, you know what to do. You know what to do. And he'll never leave you. Yo, you will never leave his mind. When you got that, you can't get it to everybody. You can't purposely have that many men stuck to you like that. That's dangerous, first of all. I'm going to tell you that. That's real dangerous. And it's unfair. It's unfair to that man. It's unfair to the woman that he's with. Because at that point, you're going to have to take responsibility to, hopefully you have the knowledge and understanding to release that man spiritually. Because sex act it's a spiritual act. It's a very spiritual act. Okay? And it doesn't matter if you're wearing condoms or not. Hopefully you're wearing condoms. That may slightly help. But slightly. But not really. Not as strong, maybe. But like you hear on them freak-offs, Diddy freak-offs, that's demonic. When you see movies and you see demons that go in people and it's a swarm of them, how do you see it happen? I want you to listen to what I'm saying to you right now very, very carefully. And listen what I'm saying very, very carefully right now. Because I'm trying to help you understand and see the devil and demons. Instead of looking with your natural eye, look with your spiritual eye. Remember, Help Me Out is all about unlocking your mindset, your mentality. Waking up to understand who you are, how to walk in the spirit, the true spirit of God. Not the white Jesus Christ washed down thing they gave us. The true Israelite Hebrew word of God from Africa, from Israel, from the tribe of Judah, from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The same Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob you all are saying that you believe in. If you believe in, then hear what I'm saying to you. There is a demon. There is a devil. You see Jesus fight them to temptation all the time. I'm showing you what it looks like in 2025. Open your eyes. Open your spirit that you will receive what I'm saying, that you could be transformed by the renewing of your mind through this vessel, through the Holy Spirit that is ministering and talking to me, to you right now. You who want to walk in the Spirit. You who want to sharpen your spiritual gifts. You who want to be able to see. Can you hear me right now? Because I'm natural and spiritual. My conversation can be natural one moment and I can shift it to the spiritual the next moment. And then I can go dimensions and levels with it. So please understand who you're listening to when you listen to Shema Ladd. I may be silly. I might get off track on some things, conversations, be a little goofy. But make no mistake that I know who I am spiritually and what I'm saying when I'm saying it. Okay? So if you look at the Diddy situation and you see they having these freak offs with no sex, they knocked out, people are doing things to their body. That's the same thing you see in movies. Like that movie with Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. Nicolas Cage, Ghost Rider. And he gave his soul to the devil, and all these demons start swarming. They start going in and out of him, in and out of him, in and out of him. That's the same thing at the freak offs. They're knocked out. Men after men, sex worker after sex worker coming in. People doing things to your mouth, doing things to your head, having animals do things to you. You're doing things to animals. Animals all in you. People from different countries. Diddy was flying people from different states and cities and countries just to come in and screw you. Demons. He's calling the demons into those people through animals, through ill practices, through blood, through urine and body from the gorging and the nasty things that they've been eating through in their rituals before, through the gorging. And that process is through your body, all with the different types of drugs and the special mixtures and the music that he plays. And he's calling demons, and they're swirling around that room, and they're recording it. And he likes it a certain temperature, and it's hot in there. And Diddy is a demon, and he has rank in the spiritual realm. But someone else in the spiritual realm has taken authority in the spiritual realm over Diddy. And that's why he's sitting there now today, and that's why he's not smiling. Because that swarm of demons that he was putting in people, taking and molesting little boys, murdering and killing little children and trying to hide it, kidnapping and sex trafficking people, calling and then asking Cassie's mother for money for his daughter. Now he's draining the life force. He's draining the life out of these people as demons are coming in. Can you see now? Sex is spiritual. The music you listen to is spiritual. And that's why I have did my albums, Who Am I and I Am. Because behind it is purity. And when I say purity, I don't mean it lacks cuss words and it lacks the reality of me being with a gangster or, doing the things I did in my life or whatever. I mean, it's pure because my heart is pure and the person behind it is pure. And the person who gave me the power and authority and the go ahead to make those controversial albums is pure. So when you listen to my music, what is behind it is reality and authenticity, but it is some of it is carnal. One album is carnal. The other album is spiritual. First natural, then spiritual. Do you hear me now? Do you hear the Lord now? Open your eyes and open your ears. And if you're saying you're a Christian, you should be praying down that swarm of demons. You should be lifting Jaguar right up in prayer. You should be lifting Cassie Ventura up in prayer, Gene Deal up in prayer, Tisa Tales up in prayer. Those who are out there, because you're looking at it like it's entertainment. That's because you're looking with your carnal, natural eye. Now look in the spirit. What do you see? What do you see? So these young girls that was with, and you read in my book, I could have been one of R. Kelly's victims. Because I was a runaway on Las Vegas Strip, Sin City, the capital of pimping and hoeing, the capital of sex trafficking. And I told you before, somebody has Vegas locked up. Why is there no major celebrity from Las Vegas, Nevada? And I'm asking y'all again, as a musical artist, pay attention. My city, Las Vegas, Nevada, something ain't right there in the leadership. I want to know who it is. Help me pray for Las Vegas, Nevada. That whoever's holding Nevada, and it's known as Sin City. That's the name. Okay, pray for Las Vegas, Nevada with me, with the city of Las Vegas, Nevada. Pray for the state of Nevada. I'm asking you to pray for the state of Nevada. Please. And if you support Africa and you support Burkina Faso, type that in. Type in Africa. Type in Ibrahim Traore. Type in Africa. Type in Burkina Faso. If you support Africa and you support the Hebrew people and the chosen people of God, type in Africa. Much love, much love, much love. So, and you guys feel free to Cash App. I have my links below where you can donate to support this group. Go to my website, purchase some items. I do want to start, as money starts coming in, I want to start sending some of those funds and finances to Africa. I want to send it to Burkina Faso as a love gift from North America, from Black North Americans, you guys. So if you're with that function, feel free to send Cash Apps, PayPal. Go to my website, futuremepro.com. All the links are in the description below. And so I'm going to show Africa some love when I get there. You know, I'm doing some things. I'm working on some things, y'all. So yeah, young ladies and grown women. I'm grown. Yeah, so when you know you got that power, you can't get it to everybody. You know, and that's what's wrong with my OG. That's what's wrong with my OG. Well, he always, OG's gonna always believe they own you, period. That ain't gonna change. If you were the real one, that's what it is. But when he got out and I welcomed him home, I did that, unana. I did, y'all. So I know what it's like when you do that. And some things then at that point, women, when you do that and you choose to do that thinking you all that, you know your stuff, that, and then you got a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs that's stuck on you and you can't get rid of them, then at that point you having to take responsibility for how you handled your power, how you handled that on that man, how you put that on him like that. You see what I'm saying? And that could be a dangerous thing. And then young ladies, don't be letting men, especially y'all young girls, they love y'all stuff. And I'm telling you, if they not putting money in your hand, you want money in your hand. You know what I'm saying? And so even if you trying to get into, giving your body away, or you always get your money up front first. Money in hand first, or nothing. No service. Money in hand first, or no service. Especially if you ain't got no pimp. You feel me? You got to know how to move on your own independently on how to get your money. And I'm not recommending that you do that, but if you're in that situation, that's what you're finding yourself in right now, always get your money first, or don't talk. And even if they threaten, well, no, I'm good, I'm walking away. Even if you need the money, let him walk away. Let him walk away and hold your grounds. Because next time around, he going to remember you. He going to come back around. He going to come back. He might just turn back around 5 minutes later and go ahead and put your money in your hand. Because that's $1 billion industry. If it's $1 billion industry, what make you think he won't pay? What make you think he won't pay? He gonna pay. So name your price. And if he can't afford it, he can't afford it. And that's how I look at it. Okay? So, and I'm not trying to say look at our relationships or men in a sexual transactional way. That's not what I'm saying either. But when you in the streets and you don't have it up here, men will run through you. They'll spit game real quick. If they gonna do whatever you let them do. And if you don't know no better, how are you gonna know to say no? Or how are you gonna know to at least say it ain't for free? You know what I'm saying? What do you need in your life right now? What do you want? And if you're gonna be selling yourself like that, make sure you get what you need out of it. So at least you're not just left with what my auntie would call, you just left there with a wet ass. Excuse my language. My auntie say, don't be just sitting there left with a wet ass. Okay? So, young ladies, you got some power down there. And you ain't never broke if that's the situation you find yourself. Especially if you being molested and you being raped. Understand right now that's not right. That's inappropriate. You know what I'm saying? Get out of that situation. Get it out of that house. Find somebody that you can tell. Find someone that you can tell. Okay? Contact a21.org. Reach out. a21.org. Reach out. All CPS systems around the nation of North America needs to be vetted. Every last one of them. All foster care systems vetted. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. So you Christians or you people who are claiming you're God's people or you've accepted Christ or whatever, you should be praying for America right now, because we are seated in the belly of the beast. The demons are literally swirling in our atmosphere right now and seeking other places they can land. Demons are about to start seeking other places they can land, because Diddy and that ring of Hollywood entertainment is coming down, and people are going to die. People are going to disappear, and demons are swirling, looking to see where else they can land. So you better stay prayed up right now in a real way. You better know what's going to protect you from demons and evil spirits in a real way. And stop looking at it like it's entertainment and singing the demonic chants that it has you singing, like some of J.H. Lowe's songs, some of K Camp's songs, some of Kevin Gates' songs. Demons are swirling. Y'all at them Beyonce concerts and she doing all the Illuminati signs and swaying and all that, you know, and y'all just, ooh, did you see her outfit? Y'all like, ooh, Blue in trouble. Blue was born in a den. Are y'all praying for her while y'all looking at how well she dances? Because you looking with your natural carnal eye. Where's your spiritual eye? What do you see? I need y'all to wake up. Okay? So type in some questions down below, y'all, that you may have about men, relationships, tricky relationships, abusive relationships, relationships with, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, any of those kind of things. If you're stuck and they got you in your head and you don't know how to get them out of your head, you don't know how to think for yourself, type below questions and I'll answer them for you. I will help you. That's why I'm here. I will help you. And if you know someone that's in that situation, share this video with them so they know that help is here on Help Me Out with your girl Shema. Okay? So yeah, that power nana, y'all. Don't give it away for free, and don't let nobody take it for free. And if they think they want to take it, ask them for some money. If you tell them, if you're going to screw me, at least pay me. Get my money. Get my money. Get my money. You know, or you got to move around, find somewhere else to live, or do what you got to do. But yeah, it took me a minute to learn not to, you know, how to control that. Because there's different levels of sex too. You know, you got moderate, mild, and spicy hot. Moderate, mild, and spicy hot, right? So you guys, sometimes it might be a little mild, sometimes it might just be on fire. On fire, you hear me? So, you guys got to be careful with all that. All men don't get that. They don't. They don't. And maybe that's the reason they call grown women cougars. And for all y'all that's calling my age group cougars, baby, I say round. So, yeah. Y'all calling us cougars. Yeah, we know how to work that. We know how to dip and hit them hydraulics and them curves, baby. Like an OG. Riding down 8th Street. hitting them, hitting them switches, hitting them switches from Vegas to Cali, baby, and back. But yeah, we know how to do all that, and that stuff can be powerful. You know what I'm saying? And even for young girls, you might not know how to hit all them switches just yet, because you have many of you haven't even had babies yet, and so they really be trying to mess y'all up. They be trying to go in on y'all. You know, y'all ain't even had babies yet, so your anatomy and the amount of pain or the amount of penetration you can take varies, especially for you when your womb hasn't even been open like that. You know, so protect what you have. It's valuable. It is very, very highly valuable. Consider it gold. Would you just give gold away when you know that you sitting on something rich and wealthy? You charge people for that. They're going to have to pay you a percentage, some interest, and some. And they going to pay. It's a $1 billion industry. That tells you what they paying for it. And some don't pay for it. They try to take it through rape and sexual assault. So, yeah. And then if it's, and then there's sometimes, if it's a man you want, you're going to put it on him. You're going to give him your best to make sure he ain't going to go nowhere. But, yeah, y'all, be careful with that power. No. And men will pay for that too from older women. Younger men. I have a lot of younger men. I had one tell me, he asked me, he said, please. He said, please, I want to learn. I said, you want to learn? I said, boy, you want to learn what? I was just playing silly. You want to learn what? I was like, okay, yeah, no. So a lot of younger guys, 20s, early 30s, I'll be like, baby, you can't handle this. Trust me. We ain't. But I have graced one or two little youngsters, and they were quite impressed. Now I'm telling y'all too much information, but like I said, I got an OG in me too. So, but I am celibate, y'all. 2 years celibate now, and I encourage celibacy. I really do, because it keeps your spirit clean. It keeps your spirit clean. It keeps your ears more open to the Holy Spirit and what's going on in heavenly places. It does. And it keeps your body clean from diseases, trichomonas, things that you may have that you didn't even realize you had, yeast infections and, other sexually transmitted diseases. It's not just, in your body cavity. It can hit your blood system. Then you got a blood disease like HIV, hepatitis B, C. You know what I'm saying? So you guys, and that's what you see, all them celebrities. Now you see the Diddy trial, all the celebrities, they all got herpes and stuff they can't get rid of. And at one point, Jaguar said they was dying, and they didn't even tell the public that they was dying from the mixture of diseases that were coming up from all the mixtures of drugs and different people being flown in, sex workers to sleep with people and animals, bestiality. They were creating something very wicked. Do y'all understand and get that? Or is that kind of like just entertainment and you overlook that? Even though you see a lot of our men are bisexual now, even our married men, you don't see there's something seriously wrong? Or are you voting for human rights? Are you busy voting for human rights, looking through your carnal eye? I'm voting for human rights. It's just not right. People should have the right to do what they want to do. Because what you're really saying is demons should have the right to do what they really want to do. Because you're not looking at it in the spirit. You're looking at it from the natural, and you're fighting for the wrong thing. And those are the kind of confused eyes that in the Bible as well. Pharisees and Sadducees. You're not supposed to do this on that day. The scripture says don't do that on that day, and treat people kind. What does God say about sin? Breaking his commandments. I've seen people in the Bible drop dead for breaking his commandments. Don't touch the Ark of the Covenant. Touch, boop, dead. Sold Jesus into captivity for some silver pieces. Boop, dead. Hung himself from a tree. Man lied. Lied to the court about how much he sold his land for and kept some of the money back. Boop, dead. Asked the wife. She lied too. Boop, dead. God, you think God playing about sin and what he say about all these things? He speaks about bestiality. Man shall not lie with beasts. Go listen to my track on my Christian I Am album. It's called A Message. Listen to my track called A Message. It's on YouTube too. It's on my artist page, Shema artist page. I'll put the link below. Listen to my track, A Message. Listen to it. Yeah. He ain't say do that. And you think people ain't finna drop dead from that? You think people ain't gonna pay for that? He said, let my people go. You think you ain't gonna pay for that? And y'all out here, no, they have human rights and they have the right to do this. What did God say? Are y'all looking at yourself as a society and what you really saying? You're fighting for human rights for demons to continue to do what they do. At what point do you fight against demons? When you fight against demons, what does your version of fighting against demons mean? Or do you fight against them at all? Or you just ignore them and act like they don't exist? Like, what do you do? Where do you see demons at? Or do you never see them? They don't exist. Not the devil, nothing. Everything just positive. There's nothing wrong. Is that your mindset? Because if that's your mindset, you real messed up. I love you though. I love you. So when you have the opportunity to fight in the spirit and enter into a spiritual battle, where is the enemy that you're going to fight? Where is it? Is it, oh, it must be over there in the homosexual people, because we're going to fight that they get to change their gender and they get to get other people to change their gender, and the demons is up there banging out everybody booty, molesting and raping and kidnapping people, killing babies. And people are escaping and screaming and saying things, and they forcing them to shut up and stay silent. And we just out here voting because it's the right thing to do. Because the devil knows we stupid and can't see nothing and like to keep you blind with some entertainment on your screen. Where's your spiritual eyes? And what are you going to fight against and for? What do you stand for? What do you stand for? Are you standing at all? Are you laying on the couch popping some popcorn watching the show? But then you go to church on Sunday talking about, thank you, Lord. Thank you for what? So you can continue to sit on your couch and eat your popcorn? Because if that's what you're doing, you didn't hear nothing in church. What did he say about his people? What did he say he's going to do next, and what's in the plan? Where are we in his timeline? Well, why you go to church? Why are you learning about God? Do you hear anything he's saying? Do you know him? What are you doing? And those are some hard questions to answer. I encourage celibacy. I encourage it, and I advocate for marriage. That's why I'm a premarital life coach, because I can see and I know what it takes to keep people together, that the relationship will last a long term. That's why I have 5 couples that I have introduced to each other that are married and have been married, except for one, her husband passed. And you can go through my videos and you'll see one of the weddings, some little cute things and shorts I made on one of the weddings. I was a bridesmaid in one of the weddings last year in October. I advocate for marriage. I advocate for black love. I advocate for justice and freedom and righteousness of people in their own countries, in their own cultures, in their own ways, with how they move. But me as a Christian, a Hebrew Israelite, You know, I love my people, Africa, and I love black people. We influence the world and we were shipped all over it. We are all over it. So I advocate for the right to be you. Shout out Burkina Faso. Yeah, love, love, love. So yeah, comment below, y'all. Share this video, and let's have some more hot topics to talk about. On that powerful nana, y'all. If you got questions, let's talk. And until next time, I love y'all. I'm gonna enjoy some of this water and this beautiful Memorial Day. Mwah, mwah. Deuces.